And now for something completely different.
In 2006, the first Cars movie took over the world by storm. What was
KACHOW!
once just a silly but surprisingly well-written movie about funny talking cars is now a full-on trilogy with spin-offs, video games, theme park rides, and most importantly, a multi-billion-dollar cash cow of toys and merchandising. And I think it's pretty obvious why the merchandise took off in the way it did. I mean, just look at how marketable it is. There's so many unique and brightly colored talking car characters, like Lightning McQueen, Mater, Queen Elizabeth, Mike Wazowski, for some reason, and this thing. Anyways, as we've seen time and time again on this channel, with such a huge amount of merch, there's bound to be a plethora of strange, unexplainable, and downright cursed products being sold throughout the years. So in this video, I thought it would be pretty interesting to take a fun little road trip adventure into the weird world of Disney Cars products. Starting out with a few food-related items, we've got the many Disney Cars themed cereals. The first one came out along with the first movie, and it's just a Cheerio type cereal with a few funny little marshmallows. There's traffic cones and a few randomly colored car shapes to represent the characters. We've got red ones for McQueen, blue ones for Sally probably, and the yellow ones are for, I honestly have no clue, maybe Mater? There's not really any yellow main characters in the first movie. When Cars 2 came out, they released another cereal but with no marshmallows this time. And they also released these ones that are star shaped for some reason, even though stars have zero relevance to any of the movies. The Cars 3 cereal pieces are shaped like steering wheels, I guess. And once again, they made another freaking star-shaped cereal. To complete our Cars themed breakfast, we can also get the Lightning McQueen waffle maker. It makes a wheel-shaped waffles that actually look pretty cool. But for some reason on Amazon, someone in the reviews said, "Design is great, but the waffles should taste good too." Motherfuckers be like, "The waffles from this waffle machine don't taste good." My brother in the culinary arts, you made the waffles. Also, if you need help waking up in the morning to eat your Cars themed breakfast, why not try out one of the many Cars themed alarm clocks? There's this one that has a very confusing design. The McQueen on it has such a crazed facial expression. There's also this one where McQueen is just so freaking happy to watch you sleep, Jesus Christ. The buttons are 3D traffic cones, which is pretty cool. There's also a Mater one, which is once again incredibly happy to watch you sleep, and has rusty barrels as the buttons instead. Moving on to snack time, there's also Lightning McQueen themed goldfish. These released for a limited time along with Cars 3, and the McQueen crackers look so freaking cursed. They're just such a gross dark red. You can also hook up the Lightning McQueen popcorn machine so we can eat some popcorn while watching the Cars movies. Wait, what the? The popcorn contraption itself just looks so freaking goofy. And to get the popcorn, you have to decapitate him, which is just very cursed. And now for lunchtime, we've got a few nice options, such as the various Cars themed pastas and mac and cheese. Almost every one of these videos always has freaking pastas shaped as the characters, so I'm not surprised. But fear not, my fellow chicken nugget fans, you can also get some Lightning McQueen shaped chicken nuggets for lunch too. There's these packs with what seems to be McQueen and Mater shaped chicken nuggets, and also this one where they're all lightning bolt shaped. And finally, there's these Lightning McQueen chicken tenders, and on the packaging, he's just very awkwardly smiling at you, as if he wants you to eat him. And when it's finally time for dessert, we can get these hilariously cursed McQueen and Mater candy apples. These things were only available in June of 2018 at Disney's California Adventure theme park, and they're so freaking silly looking. I love them so much. And that's all our Cars themed meals taken care of. But we don't need to stop there, because on special occasions, we can get a badly decorated Lightning McQueen themed birthday cake for dessert instead. There's so many photos of these disasters online, and I've always been very amused by badly decorated cakes. There's just something so charming about them. You can definitely tell they were just made by some parent who is just trying their best to make their kid happy, but not quite getting there. Cakes are freaking hard to decorate, so no shame on them. But let's still take a look at a few of these monstrosities while we're here. First off, we have this geezer that's overall actually pretty good. It's just really funny that they replaced the Rusty's logo with the kid's name. And now, the legendary racer you've all been waiting for. Jordan. This one's slightly worse. The hood literally looks like it freaking caved in. At least he still has some pretty good details, because the next one has even less details. And once again, the legendary racer you've all been waiting for. Logan. On this scallywag, they just used the completely wrong frosting technique. Jesus Christ. Also, his eyes just look like he's on drugs. I'm sorry, I had to say it. And now, the legendary racer you've all been waiting for. Or no. Okay, this one is just a freaking square. What the frick? I hope you're happy, Jason. And
They
now, as
finally
we get into
squared
the progressively
him.
worse and
Brilliant.
worse cakes, we have this
Even
scoundrel that doesn't
hiding.
even have any freaking wheels. It's just a big lump of red. And this one is so freaking creepy. There's
I
literally
forgot
no
the wheels.
details. It's just a blank red creepy McQueen
looks like a
with huge
convertible.
eyebrows. We also have 50-year-old
Oh,
drug addict
God.
McQueen cake. And
Hi,
this is just
aliens.
McQueen,
How's
but if
it
he got
going?
brutally run over by a truck. And also, are those just
God.
printed out pieces of paper on the freaking cake?
What is
Damn, that looks tasty. I
that?
love paper.
Looks
And
like
this
something
is
I'd
just
make on
McQueen if he got
stream.
put through a freaking meat
I
grinder.
chop you up in a meat grinder.
And this hooligan is such a freaking mess in every way possible. It
There's
looks
no
like it was
way.
made by
What is
someone who's
that?
never seen a single Cars movie and made a McQueen cake entirely from
God.
memory. It's genuinely astonishing how wrong it is. But this buffoon is arguably just as bad because
Holy.
it's literally just a pile of freaking strawberries. But
That looks
now,
pretty
for the
good, to be
final
honest,
Lightning McQueen
considering it's
cake,
made out
we
of
have this
strawberries.
rapscallion. And he just looks so freaking miserable. But at the same time, it's kind of cute though. Just a
He's
cute
kinda
little red lump
cute.
doing
I
his
agree.
thing. There's also a few bonus cakes
Uh.
of the various other Cars characters, but let's just move on now. I don't really want to look at that. But before we continue, let's take a teensy-weensy little moment to thank today's sponsor, Toon
Wow.
Blast. Toon Blast is a free-to-play mobile puzzle game. And now that we're finally done with the cakes, if you still want
Yay.
even more Lightning McQueen themed sweets, there's, unsurprisingly, a variety of Cars themed Pez dispensers too.
Well, they put
First
them on
off,
an
there's a
angle.
bunch of random ones themed after the
kinda cool.
various characters that aren't really
I
that
saw some
cursed,
Halloween
so I
Pez
bought one to try it
dispensers
out.
today. They're
Alright, let's
cute.
open this up.
What the frick? God damn it.
Every time.
Little help here? God.
I actually can't open this.
Come on.
Okay, finally I got this thing out.
It's
Here's
free.
a close-up of him. For some reason, the only one at the toy store was just this
I like
blue
Pez
one. But there he
dispensers,
is.
but
Him.
I don't really like candy.
So I don't actually know how these things work.
So that's a problem.
Pez candy. Look at the little guy.
I put it in like this.
Man, what the frick?
Man, I'm trying my best here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think I actually did it. Jesus Christ. Why is that so much harder than I remember? So you get out like this. Alright, I'm gonna actually try this.
Oh, I see them every time I'm at the
Let's
store.
dispense the rest out of it.
I own a Hello Kitty one,
Oh
but
wow, Pez dispensers
I
that
don't
aren't
like
cursed.
candy, so I
Hooray!
don't use it.
Aw. As it turns out, a bunch of
Maybe
the
I
Cars
could put mints
dispensers
in
just
them or
look
something.
way
I like
worse with
mints.
less details and creepier
And
eyes.
mints are a
I
bit
couldn't
more
really find much
practical.
information about these, so my theory is that maybe it's the previous designs before they got updated to look better. I don't know. But there's also another line of Cars Pez dispensers, the Pull and
Wheels.
Go version, that came out with Cars 2.
Magnetic
Pull and
pull
go?
and go
What?
detachable car.
Okay, that's great. Let's get this open. Here's the little
What's the
McQueen
point?
on it.
Look at him. He's so small. Look at the little guy.
He's actually really cute looking. And here's the Pez dispenser, and you attach it on. Wait,
What?
this sucks. Wait, so you put it on. He falls off whenever you try to dispense the candy. That's so
There
bad.
he
You
goes.
can't dispense the candy without him just coming off. Now it's just a tire Pez dispenser.
tired.
Okay, we need to test
I'm
out if the car
tired.
actually drives. Okay, does this work? Wait, it actually works. Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait, those are pretty good.
Charge him up. And the final food item that we'll be going over are these
What is
cursed
that?
lollipop dippers.
No!
Finally, you can directly suck on Lightning McQueen himself. Now that we're done with all the food-related items, let's move on to a bunch of random toys. And we obviously can't talk about Lightning McQueen toys without mentioning the massive line of Diecast toy cars. These are made by Mattel, who also makes Hot Wheels, so they're made in a similar way. Over the years, they've made so freaking many of them, and even a bunch of playsets based on movie locations. Literally every single character imaginable, sometimes with multiple liveries to choose from, has a toy. Even the most obscure characters have full-on models, like Frank, this random van, the literal road paving contraption, even this freaking
What?
thing from Cars 2, what the frick? So instead of talking about every single one of them, we'll specifically be talking about the weirdest and most peculiar ones I could find.
Oh,
And one of
God.
the first things I noticed during my research is
Oh,
that
the
there's an
tongue
awful
out.
lot of McQueen toys of him just being completely humiliated, such as being covered in mud, dirt, and various other goopy substances. So I kinda just bought almost every single one of them, and we'll be arranging them on the models of Lightning McQueen being humiliated iceberg. First up, there's
Let's
Dirt Track
go.
McQueen, which is just him with his tires covered in a bit of dirt. I love how he's not even bothered by it. He's still just as joyous as ever. We also have the Lightning McQueen with cone model, which is literally just him with a cone on his hood. And here it is. It's just a freaking cone. He's just so depressed about this singular cone on his hood. Like, other than the cone on his head, it's
Cone.
just a normal McQueen model. He can wiggle the cone. It's not even in there. Hold on, look at this. Hell nah, VLC Media Player McQueen. There's also Road Repair McQueen, which is just him with a very slight amount of scratches. Obviously just based on when he was repaving the road in the first movie. Although I couldn't buy one because it was out of stock everywhere. And finally, there's Bugmouth McQueen, which as you can see here, it's just McQueen with bugs in his mouth. It's supposed to be a reference to the scene in Cars 1 where, you guessed it, he got bugs in his mouth.
Why?
Bug.
Look at him.
That's a little
He got
terrifying,
bugs in his mouth.
actually.
There he is. Look at this absolute specimen.
Alright, let's get a close-up of the freaking
Why?
little bugs in his mouth.
Enhance further. Yeah, there they
Yeah, it's a
are.
little scary.
Look at those little buggers. That's it. That's the single only detail about this entire toy that makes it different than a normal McQueen toy. Also, bro is just way too happy about the freaking bugs in his mouth.
That's gross,
True.
man. What the frick?
It's
Moving on to the
nasty.
next layer, we have, I kid you not, Wet Lightning McQueen. All they did was just cover it in a bunch of water droplets. It looks so dumb. I guess it's based on the scene in the first movie where he was being sprayed with water. I sadly couldn't get my hands on this dingus because for some god-awful reason, it's really rare. So I decided to make my very own Wet Lightning McQueen myself. So I just got a default McQueen
gonna-
toy
God
Pour
damn.
water on it.
and covered it in water. There you
Yay!
go, Wet Lightning McQueen.
Wow!
Throw your waterboard
Does it still like work? Should I just ruin it forever?
Oh, you're right. It did look like you were sweating.
Okay, Shimmy, stop. But if you're such a huge fan of Wet Lightning McQueen, why not check out the sequel, Soaked Lightning McQueen? I'm not even joking about this. It's literally just the same thing, but he's covered in some black sludge as well. And finally, we have Muddy McQueen, which is just him covered in a bunch of mud and scratches, based on how he looked like after the demolition derby scene in Cars 3.
Ew.
There he is. Oh my god, this one's actually really cool.
I don't
Also,
think
I
I've
just
seen
realized that
Cars
on the
3.
box, he looks like he's having such a great time. But on the actual toy, he's so distraught at the situation he's in.
Oh
As we go deeper into the iceberg, the McQueen humiliation gets even worse because now there's this one where he has a giant freaking booger on his head. Okay,
What?
so it's actually called the Tumbleweed McQueen, and it's based off this part in Cars
That does
1
not
where he
look
had
like
a
a
tumbleweed on
tumbleweed.
his head.
It is
Ew,
not.
that's so gross looking. I need to
It
open
does
this
look- it
thing
looks
up.
like-
There.
Not like that.
Get him out of there.
Oh god, look at him. Freaking booger.
Guac? Yeah, this looks like a
Ew,
guacamole.
so gross. What the frick, man? That is not a tumbleweed. That is a massive freaking booger. For the next one, we have McQueen covered in even more green goop, but this time it's
What
supposed
the
to
fuck?
be cactus pieces, based on this scene in the first movie.
That's his fingers.
That looks like
Aw,
snot.
Man, he's covered in boogers again. What the frick?
Oh, that's so
Why is there so many
I
booger
don't know how
McQueens?
this green goop is supposed to be cactus pieces. They're
What
like
the
all
fuck?
slimy looking. Look at his face. Going even deeper into the iceberg, McQueen's
What could be worse
humiliation
than
is
that?
truly immortalized. Starting out with this one called Spin Out. This knucklehead is based
That
on
one
when he
looks kinda
first entered
cool.
Radiator Springs and literally destroyed everything in his path.
Look at this guy. What a conundrum he's in this
That's pretty
time.
This
cool.
one's
I like
actually
this
really
one.
well detailed for
Yeah,
some
like,
reason.
this
Look
one's
at all the
pretty good.
barbed wire wrapped around him, the fence on the back, and the tires on his face. It's actually really cool.
They
Yeah,
really
this one's
knocked it out
good.
of the park this time.
I approve of McQueen being in a perpetual state of pain and humiliation.
Yay!
Next, we have one of my absolute favorites, the Nature
Oh,
Drive McQueen.
what is that?
This geezer is based on this
That's
scene in
vomit.
Cars 1 where he gets covered in leaves. And the toy's depiction
That's
of this
vomit.
is so freaking funny looking.
Get him out of there. Get him
He has been
Oh
swollen
my
up.
god, this is my favorite one so far. Holy frick. Look at his lips. Ew. Also, look at these
He's-
leaves up close. They look so funny. Ew.
Oh.
What a mess he's gotten himself into this time.
A few seconds before he got covered in leaves, he was also covered in some mud too, and they made an entire model of that
Oh my
moment too.
God.
But sadly, I couldn't get it in time for the video because it's really rare for some reason. He's literally covered in dookie, man. But now, as we move on to the final
So the
layer
ones
of the
that are-
iceberg,
that are
we
sold
have
out
this one where
everywhere
he's
is
just
Poop
completely
McQueen
covered in mud.
and
This
Wet
is the
McQueen.
dirtiest McQueen has ever been, and now
I
he
am
sits in a
concerned.
permanent muddy purgatory. Anyways, this is actually based on the demolition derby scene in Cars 3, where he covered himself in mud to hide his identity. So this one actually comes in a much bigger and special box, and for some reason there's also some barrels here.
So let's get this goober open.
Alright, so here's the barrels it comes with for some reason, and here he is.
Why does it just look
Turn
really
those wheels.
satisfying for some reason?
Like, that
Yeah.
texture just looks really nice. Well, I approve of McQueen's perpetual muddy purgatory. But the final one takes the cake for my
What's the
favorite
final
McQueen
one?
model, the Cupcake McQueen. He's covered in mysterious splooge, what the frick? Okay, jokes aside, this is from a moment in
That's
the beginning
pretty cool,
of Cars
actually.
3 where he gets covered in some kind of foam and confetti. Oh my god, here it is! It's
You got
freaking real!
cupcake.
Let's get this thing open. Holy frick. I cannot believe
If
that
this
this
didn't
is a
have the
real
sprinkles,
physical
it would be
object that I
very
am holding
strange.
right now. It's so freaking funny! Look at his lips just peek out from beneath the goop.
He's so silly, covered in the frosting.
Wait a second, is that... Whoa! Oh, you
It's
can just take it off! Wait,
removable.
what? Okay, he has a different paint job than usual underneath,
Huh.
and he's very happy about being covered in goop. And now that we're done with McQueen's perpetual
That
torture
implies
and
you can put
humiliation
the
arc, let's take a look at
frostings
the
on any
other
of the others.
peculiar ones I
What?
can find. For some reason, there's these models of McQueen and Mater, but as freaking caveman Flintstone-looking versions of themselves. This
What?
is such a weird and random idea, but honestly, I really like it. It's based
Why?
off of a scene in the Cars on the Road spin-off show that released in 2022.
Got it. Ah, look at their little display. They're so cute.
How do I take them out? Oh, there they are. Look at
Aw.
this size comparison. I did
Ice
not
cream
know they were
McQueen,
gonna
yeah.
be this big. What the heck? This is so detailed. Oh, the texture. Look at the texture. And here's Mater. Oh my gosh. Look at this dude's fluoride stare.
This dude.
Bro has no thoughts.
Texture, the texture. They also made another McQueen caveman model, but this
What?
time it's color changing. For the longest time, Hot Wheels has been doing this color changing
yeah,
gimmick where
I've
the
seen
paint changes
those.
colors depending on if it's dipped into hot or cold water. So of course they
Those are
did this
kinda
for the
weird.
Cars toys as well. Although this one has got to be the most interesting use of this gimmick I've ever seen. When the car is warm, it looks like a dirty color, and when it's cold, it
Oh,
goes
you
back
wash
to red.
it.
Yeah.
There he is.
Wait,
He's
no,
a
you make it
lot
dirty?
smaller than the other one. All right, let's see if this actually works
Dunk
now,
him.
though. First, let's get the water hot. Sorry. All right, is it hot enough? Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh my god, it just works instantly.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
He's kind of gray.
He's dirty. All right, now time to clean him up.
All right,
Clean
let's wash
him.
him off. I think
Huh?
it needs to be like ice cold water.
Oh!
Oh, this wonder is activating.
Whoa!
I am bewildered by this. Isn't
Wait,
this
I want
cool?
to be distracted by that.
Oh,
Bro, we tie-dyed him! We also got the silliest McQueen toy of them all, the Finish Line McQueen, based on when he tied a race just by sticking his tongue out in the
Oh.
first movie.
Give me the silly. Oh, not again. And why his toy out? Oh my
They should have made the
God,
wheels
look at
spread
his
out as
toy.
well.
Bleh, you can't.
Bleh.
Another cute and scraggly McQueen model is this
cat.
one called Easter Buggy McQueen.
That's a
Look
bunny
at how
ear.
scraggly he is. He's got the funny bunny ears.
Funny bunny.
And here's the two silly McQueens next to each other. Although the weirdest Lightning McQueen model of them all is this thing. The absolute whiplash I got when I scrolled by
Apple.
this on eBay. It's obviously some kind of knockoff, but there is an Apple branded car in the first movie that it's probably based off of. But the real question is, should this be called the iCar or McQueen? So I did a Twitter poll and
McQueen.
McQueen won,
McQueen,
but then I
McQueen.
came up with Lightning Port McQueen. So I think his full legal name should be what this person suggested, Lightning Port McQueen. Let's take this dingus
McQueen.
out of the knockoff bubble
Oh my
wrap
god, he
packaging.
bought it.
Wait, what the? Steve Jobs jump scare, what the frick? Why is he there? Hold on, I actually didn't know this was gonna be there. Okay, well, let's just
on it.
analyze this
Oh
knockoff
my
car.
God.
So here's a more normal McQueen for reference. They're around the same size, but the first big thing is that
Tragic.
the spoiler is completely wrong. And there's
Apple
the bottom, it has a lot
Incorporated.
less details. Goodbye, Lightning Port McQueen. And finally, here's a few bonus funny ones. There's an
Oh,
entire
gosh.
model of Mater with duct tape on his mouth, which literally only happened for
Oh.
a split second in Cars 2. Finally, you can roleplay that you've kidnapped Mater. And there's also the drive-in series, based on the movie theater gag on Cars
that's
1,
gonna
where they
hurt.
played Cars versions of other Pixar movies. There's Buzz, Flick,
I guess it's
Pam,
really
Mike
easy to make these
Wazowski,
kind of toys
P.T.
for
Flea,
cheap.
Sully, and
That
Woody.
kinda makes
Alright,
sense.
that section took a very long time, so let's finally move on to some other toys like Mighty Beans. These funny little bean-shaped
Aw, these
gizmos are a
things.
very peculiar product of the early 2000s, because they're literally just little plastic beans that roll around weirdly.
Yeah, they have
Anyways,
little
as you
weights
can
in 'em.
imagine, squishing the design of a literal talking car into a
Beans,
freaking
what the
bean is a
fuck?
disaster waiting to happen. And oh my god, it looks just as terrible as I thought. They made a ton of these
They
doohickeys
look
for almost
so
every character in the
bad.
franchise, and they're all so freaking weird looking.
Why wouldn't they
and they
make
even
them the
made
other
giant versions of
direction?
McQueen and Mater
Oh, the
as
big
bean
ones.
containers too. Okay, so I wanted to see these dinguses up close, so I bought a random pack of 4, and we can already see one of them, just a military jeep. Hopefully I at least get a McQueen or Mater. It's time to gamble! Alright, here's the military jeep
Gotcha
first.
for
Don't really care about
children.
this character,
Gambling for
whatever.
kids.
What the heck is that? It's a red Mater. Okay, let's keep gambling. What are these? I got
Oh,
a
you
freaking
got
McQueen!
it.
Let's go! Look at this dingus. This thing is so dumb looking. Oh my god. And we also have a normal
Ooh.
Mater. I got
Ah.
exactly what I wanted. A McQueen and Mater. And a red Mater too for some reason. God damn, gambling actually works. You always get what you want when you gamble. There's also many Cars-themed board games, such as Operation or Trouble, but the strangest one is the
Operation?
Cars-themed Sorry Sliders board game, because what the frick is
What
that?
the fuck is
They pretty
that?
much did the same thing as the Mighty Beans, where they stretched the talking cars into such a peculiar shape. God, it looks so funny. And yes, I actually bought the
Oh my
entire freaking
God.
board game just to look at the funny pieces.
I want to see them. Oh.
Here's this guy, this one, and finally, the single piece I bought this entire freaking board game for. There he is! Look at this.
He
silly
really
little
do be
goober.
there.
They also let you build an entire freaking racetrack with this version of the game. Alright, cut to me and should be doing this. I'm recording now. Stop screaming! Okay, we just need to build this freaking racetrack. This is way too much effort to play a freaking
That's
board
a lot of
game.
effort.
Wait, this is upside down.
I was doing it upside down?
Yeah.
Hi, boy.
Why are you doing that sound?
You did it upside down! Timmy!
No, I did it, just
Uh.
flip it. This is not up to OSHA regulations.
But they're already
Dude,
they're
there's a
already
radioactive
sitting on a
oil spill
road.
on the track. This is not up to OSHA regulations, man. What the frick?
My joke!
I
The
said
kid
it
that-
louder,
the kid that said it louder.
Wait, there's an oil spill on every turn. This track is so dangerous.
That's very
State
dangerous.
Road in Ohio.
What the?
Oh, I did it upside. No, wait, I did.
You did it upside down again! You're such a true Australian.
Get us.
Doing everything
Funny.
upside down. You're freaking
Going
done.
good.
You freaking done.
Stop. Let's play the game. Okay.
You like the funny racetrack? He loves it!
Aw.
Yeah, give me those views, Snickers.
He's a
Why are you
cat.
sniffing the tripod?
Oh,
But
they
if you
broke
want to
it.
listen to the Cars soundtrack while you play your board games, why not get the Cursed Lightning McQueen boombox?
Oh
This
my
absolute
God.
contraption
I
continues
love
the
it.
trend of stretching McQueen into
Wait,
bizarre
that's
shapes. This thing is so
amazing.
freaking
What?
funny looking. They
Why'd they
didn't
do
even bother
that?
to give him more than 2 wheels. Also, the wheels fold out for some reason, and
Oh,
to
they
put the
probably little
CDs in, you have to
speakers.
rip
Oh my
his
God,
face
I
in
actually
half.
like
But
this.
worst of all, I found this photo of one where the pupils are just gone.
didn't put
This
the
is freaking
stickers on.
terrifying. Attention to all indie horror game devs, please take
Oh my
notes. This is
God.
actually nightmare fuel. Another terrifying audio-related toy are these Lightning
Walkie-talkies.
McQueen
What's up with
walkie-talkies.
the
While
eyes?
researching for this
They're
video,
probably
I actually
knockoffs.
randomly found these at a market, but the
Oh,
packaging
those
was
are totally
really disgusting and
knockoffs.
dirty, so I didn't buy them. But after researching a bit more, there's literally zero information about them on the internet at all. On
Those
that
are
day, I
knockoffs?
stumbled upon an ancient relic and just walked away from it. I knew what I had to do. So, almost a week later, I went back
Oh my
to the
God,
market,
there's no way it'll be
desperately hoping it
there.
was still there.
It's actually, there's 2 of them this time, and they're not dirty.
Thankfully,
Oh,
the
nice.
Lightning McQueen gods graced me with not one dirty package, but multiple clean ones. So I bought a pack and we tried to open them to see if they worked.
I don't know how we're gonna unbox it without scissors. Yes, yet! Oh, they're so cursed.
Oh, the eyes. Oh my
Battery or
God.
unit not included.
Life is a highway.
So we went home to put in the batteries, but we had a lot more trouble than expected.
Yes! What is this? There's nowhere to put batteries in this.
What?
This hole?
Oh wait, no, it's an old-fashioned thing. Yeah, you
give
put.
up.
My wireless device, look
No,
inside.
you put the.
You need to buy one of these
Yeah,
freaking
they-
batteries for
Has he
this.
never
Where are
seen
we
one of
gonna
those
find
before?
that?
Oh, he's speaking to us.
Hello? Hello?
Man, they must be young.
Hey guys, Polygon.
I've used heaps of those batteries back in the day. Sounds great.
And when you let go, it just makes static. Hold on, I'm going into a different room. So, how do we turn them off? There's no
You
way
take the
to turn these
batteries
off.
out.
They just go all the time. Stop. Stop.
Oh my God.
Rise from the dead. Stop. We're gonna unleash the lightning.
Ours Brown and Amp? Wait, really?
Get it out. Kill him. No. He's gonna haunt us forever. Yes. Yes. Kill the core. Oh.
Oh god, any longer
Oh,
and
it's
these
so
would have started
terrifying.
haunting us. Look
I
at their
hope they
face.
keep
I do
everything
not
from their
trust this
videos
thing.
and just like
And then finally,
put it
we
on
were
a
able to
shelf and
successfully
display.
terminate the haunted
Be
Lightning McQueen
terrifying.
walkie-talkies before it was too late. Any longer and the vengeful Lightning McQueen themed ghost from within would have started haunting me. Another funny audio-related McQueen toy are these things called Funny Talkers. It's some kind of
What
toy
the
that
fuck
just
is
says lines
that?
from the movie at you, I guess. It's just so funny that they made the mouth like that. There's one for McQueen, Jackson Storm, Cruz, and a few completely random side characters like Smokey and Louise Nash.
I
God,
don't
these
like
things
the
are
way
so
these
freaking
look at
cursed.
me.
There's also this really cursed McQueen flashlight I found. What the frick were they thinking with this, Jesus Christ? But if you've always wanted to ride McQueen, look no further than the many terribly designed McQueen
What?
kitty cars. I love how much these just completely butcher
Uh.
McQueen's design, but somehow it still gets worse, because you can also ride the many knockoff McQueen mall rides as well.
Oh,
These
no.
things are so freaking terrible, it's actually hilarious. Although this
I feel
one
like
is
I've seen
just
one of them before.
terrifying.
Oh, God.
Those eyes have experienced years of perpetual pain and suffering. And finally, this geezer is the most infamous one. It's
What?
been used in many cursed Lightning McQueen memes, and if any GeoGuessr players want to help me out here, I would love to know where this creature is located. But now, for the final
looks
section
fun.
of this video, we're gonna be filling this bedroom with as much Cars merch as possible. First up, we obviously need a bed, and thankfully, there's quite a lot of Lightning McQueen beds to choose from. Some come with drawers, some look absolutely terrible, and some look pretty good. This one is really cursed because they made his eyes a freaking window for some reason, but I'm gonna go with this one because I kinda like how it looks. We can also set up this terrifying Lightning McQueen couch, and a terrifying
What?
McQueen chair as well. God, these things are so freaking creepy.
Well, it's
We
like a kid's
definitely
mini
need a
couch,
Lightning
I get
McQueen
it.
gaming setup in here too, so let's get a table to put it on. First up, we'll be using the
Oh.
Lightning McQueen CRT screen as the monitor.
Ew.
This dingus is one of the
Oh,
goofiest contraptions
beautiful.
I've ever seen. The
Oh,
way
that's
his eyes are the
amazing, I love
screen, the
it.
two giant wheels in the back, and worst of all,
He's a
you insert
work of
DVDs
art. Oh
through
my
his
God.
freaking mouth. My friend Tricky Kappa actually owns one of these, so here's a video they took showing
That
it
is
off.
beautiful,
As you can
I
see
love
here,
him.
it comes with this amazing screensaver of his eyes bouncing around. And here's
That's
the
actually
mouth
so
DVD
good.
mechanism. We also need a keyboard, but the only official Cars keyboard I could find is only in a Zerty order. What the frick? But that's all we got, so we'll just have to get used to it, I guess. For the mouse, I've actually already shown off a Lightning McQueen mouse for my Cursed Mouses video, so here it is again.
So here's the McQueen mouse from the Cursed Mouses video, and this thing is actually so freaking small. Like, look at how big it is compared to the diecast car.
Oh, it's very
almost the
small. I guess
same
it's meant for
size as them,
kids,
and it's
so-
a freaking mouse. But yeah, if you've seen my mouse's video, you know how terrible this thing is. It's tiny, it feels terrible to use. The entire thing is made out of bendable plastic, so you can just squeeze the sides, and it sometimes just registers as a click for
Mouse
some reason.
queen.
This is how you click. You have to bend the plastic. Like, it doesn't even work. And even this scroll wheel is like, what? I don't know how it looks so good, but works so terribly.
We also obviously gotta set up a webcam so we can make Let's Plays of the Cars games.
There's a
so
Cars
good thing there's
camera?
a very cursed Lightning
What?
McQueen webcam. Now, McQueen
Wait,
can
that's
finally
kinda
watch
sick.
over your every move.
That's kinda
silently judging you
sick.
with that fake, unmoving smile plastered onto
It's
his
terrifying,
face.
but I also
Jokes aside,
kinda
this
like it.
item is actually freaking terrifying. They literally hid the camera in his eyeball. The goddamn teeth glow at you. I just can't imagine
Oh my
staring at this thing
God.
while trying to talk to your friends on Discord or something. And apparently, they made even more for other characters
kinda
too.
like
There's
it.
one for the King,
It's
Dog,
terrifying,
Chick Hicks, and
but I
Mater.
like
But
it.
these are the only photos I could find of them even existing at all. Also, I could only find one website that has any information about them. So here's what it says. It was made during the Windows 7 era, it's got a built-in microphone, and apparently the cars make racing sounds whenever you start or stop a recording, which is
That's
really funny.
amazing.
But then it goes on to say, concealed web camera is inside the eyes of the cars.
It is looking at you.
Well, that's kinda terrifying. To actually play the Cars games, we obviously need to get some controllers. So thankfully, there's official Lightning McQueen
Oh.
PS2 and GameCube controllers to use. And if we want to play any of the Cars DS games, we gotta use the official Lightning McQueen DS stylus,
it's
which I
coming out
was
his
actually
ass.
able to get to try out.
Okay, let's open this little guy up. Come on! Look at him!
I had
Look
this.
at this
I had like
thing.
a
This is sick. And there he is
lightsaber
on the top.
DS pen at some
Ow,
point.
This is cool. It is really top heavy. I'm gonna play this Cars minigame that's just about rubbing their noses. It works. It definitely works. Look at me go. To compare the normal stylus, it is so much bigger than that.
And the final gaming gizmo is this incredibly cursed VTech learning laptop. He's
Oh
so
my
freaking
God.
stretched out. Look at him. I've
so
covered other
flat.
learning laptops on this
I
channel
love
before,
these,
and
honestly.
as
These are
usual, it
iconic.
has this tiny black and white screen that plays extremely primitive
Kids
learning
don't
games.
need
And there's
iPads,
also
they need
little models of
these.
the characters as buttons too,
These are
which is
more
really cute.
creative, I
But
like
God, I
them.
just love the stretched out McQueen design they went with. This is such an amazing doohickey. And now that our gaming setup is done, let's actually go decorate the backyard that we can see from this window. First, let's set up a bunch of McQueen tents just in case we want to go
Oh, what
backyard
the?
camping. There's many very cursed looking tents, so let's just grab all of them.
Oh my
and we
God,
also
I
need
love
a
the
few
truck
sleeping bags
one.
too.
So
I really
good.
wanted to add a Lightning McQueen grill in the backyard too,
I
but
actually like
sadly
these a
that's never
lot.
been made. Although in Cars 3, there's literally a scene that references the existence of cursed Lightning McQueen products in universe, including a freaking McGrill. I can't believe they put this in the movie, but never actually made it a real
They
thing
need to
because it's
make
so
him.
freaking cursed looking. And finally, let's also get a few bounce houses too, cause why not?
Of
There's a few
course.
pretty good looking ones with official branding, but then there's the terrifying knockoffs. Like this one where he just looks
Oh.
really freaking sad for some reason. Then there's this one where they changed McQueen into some bizarre off-brand design. And this geezer is just freaking
eyes are so
terrifying. He looks
small.
down on you, beckoning for you to enter his tunnel.
Oh,
Unspeakable things
McDonald's,
will happen.
yeah.
On
Do
Gamer
not be fooled.
Supps.
And finally, we have the worst one of
I can
them
see
all.
that.
Do it
This
now.
monstrosity.
Meow.
Why did they make the entrance his mouth? It looks like he just has white gums with no teeth. And now that we got this part of our backyard decorated,
Hiding.
let's also check out the pool on this side. There's a bunch of really cursed McQueen pool inflatables, like this
Oh my
one that has
God.
massive freaking wheels. There's also this
Beautiful.
one that's just
Oh.
square. What the frick? And for good measure, let's place a few custom-made outdoor cursed mater chairs. Also make sure you're wearing the McQueen goggles while
Oh,
swimming so
amazing,
you
of
don't get
course.
water in your eyes. And now that our backyard is done, let's decorate the bed with a bunch of Cars plushies. First up, there's this Lightning McQueen
Oh,
cube
he's
thing.
square.
Like, okay, why is he a cube?
Minecraft's
Did they stuff him into a
McQueen.
freaking Wally or something? There's also
the chairs
this
are
really
really well
funny
made.
McQueen Squishmallow, and in yet another funny coincidence, I
Squishmallow
actually
doesn't
found
look
this
very
goober
good.
at the store while researching for this video.
This goober looks so silly. I love how they just squished this entire car into a red lump
He has
with
to be one of the
wheels.
worst looking squishmallows I've ever
Why
seen,
is
to
this
be
thing
honest.
so punchable?
God, I love punching this frickin' thing. There's also this reversible Mater plush that just reverses into a freaking wheel. The wheel
What?
form is so dumb. Like, who wants a wheel plushie? A better reversible plush is this one that
Oh.
changes between Lightning McQueen and Cruz.
It looks so dumb when I do this. It looks so funny when I just put it halfway. Their faces look so dumb. Look at her. Let's just,
Even though it's really scuffed looking, it's pretty funny how this dumb plushie actually fits with the symbolism of Cars 3, with how McQueen passes on his racing legacy to Cruz. I can't believe this goofy Cars plushie actually references the lore like that. There's also some Cars pillow pets, and these things look
Oh,
very
the pillow
cursed.
pets-
The way
pillow
they
pets
look
are
when they're
so
stretched out is
cursed.
just so
I
funny. They've
never
got
liked
one for
them as a
McQueen,
kid,
Mater,
but I didn't like
Francesco,
the
Finn
fabric very
McMissile,
much.
Jackson Storm, and Cruz. And now let's add a few finishing touches to the room, like a giant Cars poster, a cute rug, and various other items from earlier in the video. And now the cursed Lightning McQueen room is complete. Although for the final addition, let's fill up our closet with some Lightning McQueen clothes so I can put together a full Lightning
Like
McQueen
that.
themed
Oh,
outfit to
let's
wear while
go.
going out. First off, let's add a bunch of wacky McQueen slippers. Some of these are so freaking funny looking. Just look at this geezer. We also need some Lightning McQueen boots for when it's raining, and these geezers look so
I like
terrifying,
those.
especially when you look at them straight on.
Oh
But the
my
most
God.
infamous and premium McQueen footwear are the legendary Lightning
McCrocs.
McQueen Crocs. Originally, they
They
were
are
just
so
kid-sized
beautiful.
Crocs, but they became such a huge meme that in 2017, somebody made a petition asking for them in adult sizes. So the Crocs company responded by actually making them for adults. They were only
Crocs is
released
kinda
for a
based,
limited
to be
time, so
honest.
they're pretty rare to get, but I went all out and actually got a pair for this video.
oh my god, they're so freaking goofy looking. I can't believe these actually exist. And best of all, whenever you step with them on, these like lights start beeping. Look at them light up.
They light
Can I
up.
turn
Oh
on
my
the
god,
lights
I
and
need
see it
them.
better?
I didn't know they lit up. I already kind of wanted them,
We
but
also
now
got a pair of Cars pajama pants and an
I
official
didn't
Rusty's
know
t-shirt, so
that
let's
they
add
lit
those
up.
to the closet as
This
well.
makes it
Next,
so much
I
better.
found this custom-made Lightning McQueen necklace, so I definitely had to get that for the fit as well.
And here's the funny necklace. Look at the tiny little
Oh, it's
guy.
kinda
This is
cute.
so cool. Look
Look at him.
There's also these really cursed Lightning McQueen glasses that look so funny, but
beautiful.
sadly they're out of stock everywhere, so I couldn't get any. And finally, I also found this custom-made McQueen hat, so I got it for the fit as well.
that looks
And
like
now
it's
that our
Disneyland
closet is
one.
also finally done, we just have one more thing to take a look at before we go out with the full outfit. We gotta choose a funny remote control Lightning McQueen car to join us. Some of them have very weird designs, like this monster truck McQueen, or these weird off-road ones. But the one I decided on getting is this one that's mostly normal looking, but the eyes are just slightly too big. I just love how it's so normal, except for that one detail.
And here it is, the slightly cursed McQueen RC car. Alright, let's just open this up, I guess. Why is he screwed into the cardboard? What? Here's the controller. Hey, just
it
bolted
doesn't look
into
cheap
the
and terrifying at all.
cardboard. God damn it. I'm doing this a different day. Cut to when I do this.
Leave me alone. Gibby.
Sorry.
Peak dad culture.
For a controller? Dude, this thing requires 5 AA's total.
I just want them because it'll be fun to wear.
Wait, is it on?
It's working.
The cat is chasing it.
And now, for the actual final section of this video, let's go out with the full Lightning McQueen outfit.
It is time. Oh, the socks are a nice touch. Beautiful, amazing. They almost looked up the cat. Yeah, what a drip.
I'm gonna do the Boston police officer thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is going to be the end of
Oh
This is
no!
the end of McQueen. Oh. He's not gonna do a full loop. Bro does not know how to dance.
Thank you to everyone for watching. This
Amazing.
video took a very long time to make, so another thanks to the silly goobers at Toon Blast for the sponsor. Make sure to download it with my link in the description or this QR code for free to get 3 hours of unlimited lives and 100 coins. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out my funny merch store at polygon.com if you want to support me. Also, comment down below your favorite Cursed Lightning McQueen products or other weird products you want me to cover on this channel. And, okay, bye!
Okay, bye.